Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson, and we're going to talk about a myth today, which is all about asparagus. I jokingly threw a picture on social media of Paul Ravella. We were at the WNBF Worlds eating dinner, and even though he's not dieting, he just got a steak and had this asparagus, and I made the joke, oh, you're going to be so dry tomorrow eating this asparagus, and of course, a big ha-ha with everybody. But Adam, what's behind this? Why do people think, and then I'll kind of go through the nutrition value of asparagus, but why do you think this myth just hangs around?
Yeah, because, coaches actually do promote it as a diuretic, so to speak. And there are diuretic properties to asparagus. But I think the biggest thing people need to think about when you think of diuretics or you think of drying out, basically for your cells to even live, they have to have water. So you're never going to get completely dry. This is why we're obsessed with trying to find water on Mars. It's going to be a big deal because then we know things can live there. But if you ever got completely dry, your skin would just die and fall off. So you're looking at little to no effect with changing from like asparagus to broccoli. Maybe digestive properties might be better between one or the other, but there's really no drying out with that.
So just to point this out, because I thought it was hilarious, when you first said drying out, you sighed and you went, drying out. That's just how meaningless it is. As you said, if we could say the average human body is about 70 to 75% water, if you dehydrate to the point that you just lose about 2% of your water, maybe 3%, you're near death. And if you go further beyond that, you just die. So the fact that you don't drink water for a day, it can literally put you, close to that much harm. And not only you're not going to physically feel your best and you're going to put your health at risk, obviously you're doing nothing but hurting your chances on a stage because you don't have the water volume in the muscle tissue to actually have a full muscle worth flexing. You're going to be softer, smaller, all that stuff. So we have tons of videos on peaking that you guys can look at. But in terms of asparagus, Adam, you're right. It has things like vitamin K, vitamin C, vitamin A, things that, just naturally help move water, in a position out of the cells. If you look at the sodium potassium pump, there's even obviously more potassium than sodium. But ironically, it's almost not even in the top 20 of foods in terms of potassium. Peas have more potassium. Starch like potatoes have more potassium. Brussels sprouts have more potassium. So I think everybody should stop eating, asparagus and move to Brussels sprouts, and that'll be my new thing. We can be known for that. But again, yes, you need a certain amount of potassium, but you also need a pretty good balance of all the other minerals, including sodium. So as just a myth to think that I must include asparagus during peak week or on contest day, well, good for you. It's a fine vegetable fiber source, but it's not necessary. There are other sources that you may have less of a digestive issue, something that has a little bit more soluble fiber. You may get something that actually has more potassium. But, let's just kind of throw this myth under the bus. You just don't need asparagus. There's no magical property to it.
Yeah. And I think that is one that is more easily digestible for most. But yeah, I'm glad you mentioned, people die trying to dry out. So I often joke with my clients, you don't want to go on stage and look like a dried out piece of beef jerky, do you? So
for some people, it may be an improvement, but yeah, definitely not the goal from an actual cellular hydration perspective.
No, and you can watch our old episodes on peaking and how you can see this would be the complete opposite of what you want to do on peak week.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Adam. And thank you guys for watching and listening. We had a couple more myths to go through as we revisit this series. So stay tuned to Contest Prep University.